Welcome back to Cynthia Untamed. In my last video, I was talking about the importance of youth participation in development. Now, a few young people have come to me and asked me, so where do I begin? And this video will tell you just how. First thing you need to do is to look at yourself and identify what you are passionate about. Is it climate change? Is it devolution and governance? Is it mental health, sexual reproductive health care, education and skills, or entrepreneurship? Identify the topics you like. And then the second thing you need to do is to go on a fact-finding mission. Remember, what you are passionate about as an issue may not necessarily be the issue that the young people in your community are going through. So come up with a plan of how you will go to the field, identify the people you will talk to, and ask them what are the issues that mostly affect them. And then once you are done with that, evaluate your top 3 kinds of issues and see where you can actually plug in. The next thing you need to do is to develop an advocacy plan. What is an advocacy plan? This is a strategy where you write down what exactly you're going to do, who you're going to approach, the means that you're going to use to change whatever it is, be it social media or mainstream media or policymakers. Those are the things you need to look at. Make sure it's on paper. Make sure you actually go to the field and research and see where something similar to what you want to do has actually worked before, be it in other countries or other counties within Kenya. Remember that what you do should not put you or other young people and children in danger. Something that young people normally forget to do is to engage with policymakers. Remember that what you do must also go through some certain laws, must meet some certain criteria in your country. So look at the relevant policies that identify with your issue. For example, if you've decided to deal with menstrual hygiene management, then that would be the education law and policy in Kenya and the menstrual hygiene policy here in Kenya. Make sure you look at them, understand what they mean. If you do not have the knowledge about it and you need more explanations, approach the relevant people. We have the state law office here in the country. We have law students. We have young advocates who can actually explain to you what these legal terminologies mean. Ask them how you can actually go on the ground and enable other young people to understand what policy means. I'll give you an example of a young person who's enabling young people to understand policy. His name is Ezra Yego. If you have not met him, he studies at Strathmore University and is very passionate about policy making and sustainable development goals.
So many young people in universities do not know about the sustainable development goals. So at SDSN Youth Kenya, we educate these young people about the SDGs. We provide opportunities for them to come up with innovative solutions to achieve the SDGs. We have SDG hubs where these young people come together on a monthly basis to connect, to collaborate, and to share their ideas on how they can make the world a better place.
Now, once you've identified the policy, the relevant policy, you now need to meet with the people who are in charge. How can you do this? Attend meetings and attend conferences. There are so many conferences and events that are open to young people here in the country and are free. For example, there was one that was coming up at the end of the month but has unfortunately been cancelled. That was the Pan-African Youth Conference. If you register and attend the summits, that's where you'll find people in the Ministry of ICT and Youth, for example. That is where you'll meet the people in the State Department of Youth. So make sure you are an active participant. There's a difference between attending and posting images on Facebook that you attended an event, and there's active participation in these events. So make sure you approach the relevant policymakers and decision makers and tell them, this is the issue that I am passionate about. Let's set up a meeting. Let's change what is going on in my community. Now you need to start building momentum. What is momentum? It's basically raising awareness about your issue. How can you do this? You can do this through media interviews. There are many youthful shows in the country that speak on various topics. Ask the journalists who host them whether you can participate. Link up with someone who can help you get to the media house to speak about this issue. Then use forums. I believe the people who are closest to the problem are the ones who are closest to the solution. So make sure you use your local churches, your local barazas in the village. These are places where you find lots of people who can actually listen to you. Approach the elders in your community and talk to them and tell them to reach out to the people in the society, because remember, being a traditional African setup, people still listen to the elders in the community. Remember that this is just a beginner's guide. There are still many things I have not mentioned. If you want to get more tips, make sure you look up the UNICEF Youth Advocacy Guide. You can find it on www.voicesofyouth.org. I will leave the link in the description bar below. But these are the very simple tips that you need to follow. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cynthia Untamed. Remember, this is your one-stop educative and youthful channel. Remember to read my blog, CynthiaUNTAMED.com, where I feature the stories of young people who are positively impacting their communities. And be sure to subscribe. See you in the next episode.